welcome to The Tonight Show, you guys. I'm excited about this. Dave Grohl is my co-host. Dave, if things go well here, this could be the big break you've been waiting for.
Oh, yes. You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy to be here. This is definitely one of the coolest things that I've done today.
Really?
Yeah, no, of course not. I was in Nirvana.
Well, let's get to some news. Guys, here's some good news to kick things off. COVID cases in the U.S. have dropped to their lowest level in almost a year. Pretty soon, the only place you'll see Dr. Fauci is popping out of a costume on The Masked Singer. That's right. Things are really coming back. Audiences are back. Restaurants are back.
Kevin Spacey is back.
No, Dave, no. We'll cut that later. Well, as the pandemic is calming down, I heard that retailers are having a hard time unloading all the hand sanitizer that they stocked up on over the past year. Right now, the CEO of Purell and the CEO of Zoom are just holding each other crying.
You know, the best hope that Purell has to unload their product at this point is turning it into Purell Hard Seltzer.
Yeah, I drink it.
Yeah.
I drink that.
I drink Purell.
I want to say congrats to Phil Mickelson on winning the PGA Championship at the age of 50, becoming the oldest golfer to claim a major title.
Yeah, finally, inspiration for older men everywhere that golf is a sport they can pursue.
Yeah, after he sunk his putt on 18, he used a grabber claw to get the ball out of the cup. The fans were going so crazy for Mickelson, he actually needed a security escort on the green to the final hole. Watch this.
Kiowa erupts. Actually, they've lost control of the scene. Yeah.
God, I look like the annual running of the khakis.
Those people haven't been that excited since Lexus had their December to Remember. I'm just glad to see a mob of white people who aren't storming the Capitol, aren't you?
No, I don't want. That's all you.
No,
It's all you. That's all you, Jimmy. Yeah. Switching gears, I just saw that Pop-Tarts just released a brand new mystery flavor.
Oh, it sounds fun until you realize the mystery flavor is cicada. Hey guys, I want to say happy birthday to Bob Dylan, who turns 80 years old today.
Come on, Bob.
That's right, Bob Dylan is 80, which means he still has a decent chance at winning the Super Bowl or a major golf tournament. That's me. I heard that Timothy Chalamet will play a young Willy Wonka in a new origin story film. Yeah, he's officially made the jump from Little Women to Little Wonka.
Yeah. It's the magical story of a young Willy Wonka right before he grew up and tried to murder all those kids.
Oh, yeah. Some more celebrity news on CBS yesterday. Martha Stewart was sharing tips on organizing your kitchen, but this is good. Something stood out to me when she got to her knife drawer. Watch this.
Another organizational tip for all of you is to make a knife drawer. You want to see the best knife I have? Look at that one. And it was signed by me.
Then she just stared into the camera for 30 seconds. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Prison's changed Martha.
Yeah. Gnarly. Finally, a drug dealer in the UK was tracked down after police identified him through his fingerprints in a photo of cheese he posted online. Here's the photo.
Police found 20 kilos of heroin and 50 kilos of multigrain wheat thins. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. After seeing the evidence, his lawyer said, this is not Gouda. You can do those jokes.
Nope, that's all. This is your show, dude. Yeah. On the bright side, in prison, he'll age nicely for the next 10 to 15 years.
Today, the White House announced that President Biden will have his first one-on-one meeting with Vladimir Putin on June 16th. Yeah. It's a nice reminder that after a year in quarantine, you're going to have to see some people you don't like. I can't wait to see how these two guys try to out-macho each other during the summit. It's like, I don't need a bathroom break, do you? No, in fact, let's take off our shirts and have a pec flexing contest. Yep, this will be their first in-person meeting since Biden told Putin, I don't think you have a soul. It's gonna be fun when Putin tells Biden, say once more so I can use for outgoing voicemail. And go now, say it now. The meeting will be part of Biden's first foreign trip as president. He'll roll up like every other American in Europe, fanny pack, selfie stick, and a love for saying, hey, they have a McDonald's. Yeah, it'll be Biden's first foreign trip as president. Let's hope it's just as satisfying as his first domestic trip. Whoop. Whoa. 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 Like 4 trips in one in that one right there, yeah. Well, here's some good news. As of today, half of all adults in the U.S. are now fully vaccinated. That's right. Half of America is vaccinated, while the other half uses Facebook. That's right, 50%. So basically, one Johnson is vaccinated, the other Johnson isn't. You know what I'm saying? Well, if people need yet another incentive for the vaccine, United Airlines is offering its vaccinated customers the chance to win a year of free travel. That's right. United's first prize is a year of free travel, while the second prize is 2 years. So I'm good. Hey, I saw that Mike and Karen Pence just bought a new house right outside of Indianapolis. At first, Karen thought the house was haunted, but it was just Mike stepping out of the shower. You really are white. Wow. I can see through you. Yeah, it's translucent. Unbelievable. It's more of a frosted glass look. Get this, in Georgia, officials are asking residents to stop calling 911 about cicadas. Stop it. Stop calling 911 about cicadas, which backfired immediately when a bunch of cicadas robbed a 7-Eleven. And finally, in Texas, a woman decided to do something pretty crazy at the El Paso Zoo. Watch this.
A zoo in Texas is trying to track down the woman caught on video inside the spider monkey exhibit. She reportedly hopped the barrier at the El Paso Zoo so she could feed the monkeys hot Cheetos.
Don't worry, after the incident, the woman was quickly returned to her own enclosure. Yep, people were shocked, while the monkeys were like, Carl, your Uber Eats is here. This is big. Today, President Biden gave U.S. intelligence agencies 90 days to find out exactly how COVID started. Yep. Biden was like, if you can find a fiancé in 90 days, you can find the truth about COVID. I believe it. It's worth a shot. I mean, if you've learned anything from Marvel movies, everyone loves a good origin story, you know? And I'm excited because they've already cast Timothy Chalamet to play young COVID. So that's gonna be cool. Yep, Biden wants the COVID origin story now. Then in 10 years, he wants a COVID reunion on HBO Max. I'm pretty sure this will end with us tracing COVID back to the same lab that came up with the McRib. I love this. It's in the shape of a rib, isn't it?
Rib-ish.
Rib-ish, right? Like bone-in?
No. It looks like a bone-in rib.
Like it looks like the thing that flipped over Fred Flintstone's car.
Exactly. That big, like a Bronto rib.
I love it. Here's some more big news. Last night it came out that a grand jury is hearing evidence against former President Trump and could indict him. Yep. Trump knew he was in trouble when he called his lawyer and the FBI answered Rudy's phone. You're being recorded. We know a trial is close when the courtroom sketch artist goes to Michael's and says, give me all the orange crayons you have. It's going down. It's going down. Of course, Trump responded to the news in his official statement. He said, it's a total witch hunt. Then he added, I'm completely innocent. And finally he said, now, if you excuse me, I have to catch a flight to Mexico. He's innocent. Some news from the UK. Apparently, at the start of the pandemic, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson wanted to be injected with COVID on live TV so people could see there's nothing to be scared of. Once again, no good idea has ever started with, I'm gonna inject myself. Boris was like, in hindsight, it was stupid. And then opened a Starbucks bathroom door with his mouth. Well, guys, as we head into summer, I read that there's already a big shortage of fireworks. That's not good, because the only thing worse than mixing booze and fireworks is mixing booze and bootleg fireworks. That's what I said. I don't know what the heck it does, just light it. Don't go near it. All right, one selfie, that's it. Then don't touch it. Oh, look, the dog's playing with it. Oh, that's... Or take it out of his mouth, Steve. Some guys are gonna be like, oh, I guess we could just deep fry a turkey and hope for the worst. Listen to this. In Virginia, a man created a COVID-safe way for people to... I love inventions.
Yeah.
I love inventions.
You do.
They're my favorite. I really do. So this man in Virginia created a COVID-safe way for people to blow out birthday candles by inventing a device. It's called the Blowsy. I think it's a good idea, but I'm not sure I want the word Blowsy showing up on my credit card statement. And get this, I read that over $1 million worth of cocaine tied to life jackets washed up on a beach in England. Police got to work on the case while the Sci-Fi Channel got to work on Cocaine Shark. I'd watch Cocaine Shark. Finally, new research estimates that the oldest maximum age humans can live is 150 years. Right now, there's a 149-year-old who's like, I thought I'd have more time. Today's the day, everybody. The Friends reunion is now available on HBO Max. And just like every reunion, people were mainly excited to see who gained the most weight. And it's Marcel.
Is it really?
You wouldn't even recognize him. The thing is so huge, though, HBO Max is already planning a Friends reunion, The Reunion. Yeah.
Really?
Each cast member was paid $2.5 million for the special. Meanwhile, when he heard Gunther was like, you guys got paid? They told me this was just for fun. $2.5 million is a lot. I mean, for that kind of money, you can almost subscribe to HBO Max and Netflix. That's right, the Friends reunion is a big success, and it looks like HBO Max has even more plans for the franchise. Check this out.
From the people who brought you Friends, coming soon to HBO Max, it's Young Gunther, the story of a little bald boy who dreams of someday making cappuccinos for hot 30-somethings.
I don't know if that's gonna work. Some more entertainment news. Amazon just reached a deal to buy MGM Studios for $8 billion. Yeah, at this point, the only thing Jeff Bezos doesn't own is hair. Yeah, Amazon owns the James Bond franchise. The creators of James Bond said there won't be any obvious changes, except there's one scene where Bond orders 2 martinis, then drunk shops on Amazon. But check this out. It's so that CVS is now offering prizes for people who get vaccinated in their pharmacies. Some of the prizes are pretty great, especially the grand prize, the key to the locked case where they keep all the razors and deodorant. Meanwhile, last night, Ohio announced the first 2 winners of its Vax-A-Million lottery. Yep, any vaccinated adult was eligible to win $1 million. It's pretty crazy, but Ohio isn't the only state offering incentives to vaccinated residents. Check out what you could win in other states. First up, if you get vaccinated in Vermont, they'll let you spoon with either Ben or Jerry for as long as you want. Big spoon, little spoon, your choice. Up next, if you're vaccinated in South Dakota, you're eligible to become the 5th head on Mount Rushmore. That's cool.
Room for one more.
Next up, if you get vaccinated in Florida, you can get blackout drunk and drive an ATV through Walmart without any consequences. Actually, you can do that no matter what. It's a right in Florida. And finally, if you get vaccinated in Georgia, they'll let you take a picture with Jimmy Carter so that you can look like a giant. Well, this is very interesting. A new feature just became available on Instagram and Facebook that allows users to hide likes. No more likes. In response, everyone canceled their brunch and gave away their babies. I'm not in it for that. I'm not in it for that. Well, listen to this. I heard that Walmart is working with Gap to launch a new home goods brand called Gap Home. That's right, Walmart Home Decor is the only place you can get an ottoman with the lower back tattoo. I saw that McDonald's in Illinois came up with a creative way to recruit new employees. Look at this, the sign they put out there. It says, now hiring, free iPhone after 6 months employment and meet criteria. Owner's gonna be thrilled with his new employees until the first day of month 7. Some giant culinary news here. I saw that DiGiorno is coming out with a new limited edition donut pizza mashup called the DiGiornut. Here it is. It's not delivery, it's disgusting. It's perfect if you thought you hit rock bottom with bagel bites, but still wanted to dig a little deeper. And finally, a skydiver in California missed his landing zone and wound up getting caught in some power lines. Take a look at this. The good news is his Apple Watch is charged for the next 7 years. Well, guys, the weekend kicks off the unofficial start of summer. That's right, happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
All of you. Happy Memorial Day to all of you, except for that guy in your office who sent a work email at 4:59 p.m. You go, no, we're not reading it, Carl. I have a feeling people are going to really let loose this weekend. Don't you have that feeling? By this time tomorrow, the cornhole boards would just be 2 guys passed out with their mouths open. Listen to this. According to AAA, nearly 40 million people are expected to travel 50 miles or more this weekend. When asked where they're going, everyone said anywhere, literally, anywhere else. Meanwhile, with so many people traveling this weekend, gas prices are expected to skyrocket. Yeah, the bad news is gas is expensive, but good news is you'll have something to talk about with your father-in-law. Oh. Can you believe how expensive the gas? Gas is so expensive. When I filled up this morning, a guy in a tux was like, might I recommend the Sunoco 92? Yes, there we go. Excellent choice, Mr. Fowler. Speaking of traveling, a new survey finds that the majority of Americans won't take a road trip without the perfect playlist. And 35% said they'd turn the car around if they didn't have one. What's more troubling is only 8% said they'd turn the car around if they forgot one of their kids.
Wow.
He doesn't listen to my music anyway. Yeah, you spend days making the perfect playlist, then you spend the whole trip trying to connect your phone to the car's Bluetooth. It's really fun. All right, everyone turn the Bluetooth off. Everyone turn... Now I gotta pull over, here we go. Then we're gonna have fun, then we'll have fun. Everyone turn it off! Get this, according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. 73% of Americans believe that a barbecue is not complete without hot dogs. I think the bigger story here is that we have a national hot dog and sausage council.
Come on.
Send me a t-shirt, man.
Number 1.
A lot of Americans are going to barbecues this weekend, and sometimes you have good barbecues, sometimes you have bad ones. So we actually came up with some clues, some warnings to help you guys realize that you're at a bad one. So if you see this, for example, if you're at a bad barbecue, if your neighbor's wearing an apron that says French kiss the chef.
Oh.
That's disgusting, that's gross.
Really?
Yeah. Here we go. This warning here, a 911 call includes the words grandpa, lawn dart, and impale. Oh. That means you're at a bad barbecue.
That's a bad one?
This is a bad one, yeah. Here's another warning, bad one. The neighbor's teenage son sneaking shots of lighter fluid.
Okay.
Don't have him burp by the grill. Yeah. Also, here's another warning. Good news, there's beer pong. Bad news, it's with Natty Light Sour Seltzer.
Oh.
That was a mixed reaction. Someone out there likes that. Someone likes that.
Is that real?
I'm not afraid of it. I'll try it. And finally, warning, a guy with 7 fingers says, who wants to shoot off some fireworks? Just some warning signs. Just a couple. If you see those, just know. Well, changing gears, today, Senate Republicans voted to block the January 6th commission that would investigate the Capitol riots. After the vote, Republicans said they'll gladly explain their decision in an upcoming Q&A. Thank you. That's a great crowd.
Mark.
Senate Republicans said they'd rather investigate something more important, like why wasn't Paul Rudd in the Friends reunion? Come on! That makes more sense. Here's some good news right here. This weekend, all New York beaches will be open, and vaccine buses will be stationed on a few of them. And just to make sure they attract a crowd, all the vaccine buses will play the Mr. Softy jingle. Yeah, the vaccine buses are a great idea because when they're done, they can just toss the needles on the beach with all the others.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Hey, come on. We're at the beach. Hey, I'm with the Sausage Council. That's right, we work for the Sausage Council. Well, he said.
Another sign that we're returning to normal, Costco is bringing back their free samples. Don't worry, though, they're still being careful. Now a Costco employee will just slingshot a cheese cube into your mouth. Some more business news. American Airlines just announced that they're partnering with Rosetta Stone to offer language courses to passengers during flights. Ooh. You think someone kicking your seat is tough? Imagine sitting next to some guy sounding out French for 6 hours. Bonjour, 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 au revoir. Au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, bonjour, bonjour, au revoir, John Bar. John Bar, Jaffar, everyone. Love it. That's right, the airline's also offering courses like photography. So if flying isn't awkward enough, just wait till a stranger's snapping photos of you sleeping. You look beautiful and peaceful. Well, this made me laugh. Yesterday, a CNN reporter was preparing for a live shot when he realized a cicada was on him. Take a look at this.
So am I going to be in the break? I mean, same block out of this, or are you going to take a break? Okay.
Oh my God. A cicada.
Everyone in the control room was like, they just sat back like, all right, let's see how this plays out. Let's not say anything. Speaking of cicadas, a photographer in Virginia has recently picked up an interesting new hobby. Check this out.
We started with my son's fire truck. I decided to do a cicada rock band. Cicadas doing archery. The cicada was lifting. Look, ping pong.
Okay, so clearly not everyone made it through quarantine, okay?
Ping pong.
Guys, finally, as I mentioned, Monday is Memorial Day, and people are excited to go to barbecues again. I love a good old-fashioned potluck where everyone brings a side, but there's nothing worse than when no one wants to eat your side. Here, let me explain with the Tonight Show tiny song. It's my first barbecue in 2 years. Can't wait to see my friends and crack some beers. They brought fruit salad and brought rum lemonade, but no one's touched the thing that I made. Somebody eat my carrot slaw. Please, somebody eat my carrot slaw. Heard someone ask, hey, what's that supposed to be? Glad my grandma's not, 'cause it's her recipe. Somebody eat my carrot slaw. Somebody eat my carrot slaw. No one put it on their plate, even though I'm right here saying, doesn't this look great? Now I'm leaving the party, can't look people in the eye, so I'll just throw it in my freezer till the 4th of July.